Good evening, it's Kuro. Got a tier 6 game in my New Mexico. Gonna grind a couple of the battleship lines and do some replays for people. Going over the matchmaking, looking at tier 5 CV with an enemy Bogue. Um, Battleship threats, you know, it's all, they're all fairly decent. Caesar kind of sticks out, but New Mexico can hang with any one of these guys. Um, Looking at everything else, um, no real like super torpedo threats. You got a Minakaze and a Aigle, however the hell the French say it, and then a few squishy cruisers. So all in all, fairly solid matchmaking. Um, this is a top tier game, so I should be expected to, you know, assert my position and help my team basically act like a bully and punish the enemy anytime they're trying to cross into my field of fire. What I'm hold on. What I'm doing right now. This is the first time I've played US battleships in ages. So what I'm doing is I'm kind of explaining or reminding myself this is to talk about this. What I do when I play a ship that I haven't played in a while is I zoom in, I go to maximum range, and I look to see what the shell travel time is. This is a static, or excuse me, this is dynamic crosshair, so it's calibrated for ships at 30 knots. And you know, at max range, I'm expecting to want to be zoomed out a bit. I like to try to keep the ship visible on my entire crosshair so I can take precise lead on the ship. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm kind of taking a look, and 30 knot ship is going to be the point of aim is going to be somewhere almost at what is that, the 11th tick, I believe. And the initial call was A and C. Honestly, it doesn't really matter too much, but the team wants to go B and C, so just gonna change my positioning a bit. Um, One thing to note: U.S. battleships, particularly the lower tier, everything really until North Carolina, you're slow. So you kind of need to pick a direction and go with it. So you always want to be trying to move ideally towards like the middle of the map. That way you look at your gun range. You're going to be in situations where you got to let your guns cover the distance for you sometimes. And so what I'm doing here, originally instead of pushing up here to A, I was going to go between A and B. That way I just need to shift over to B cap when the time came. And it's this kind of planning that will keep you from basically overextending or getting too far out there where you're not able to be effective. We've got it. Enemy Nuremberg. Unfortunately, I am in spotter plane mode or this guy's toast. Still haven't mastered spotter plane. Yay, overpens. But really my focus is BCAP, and my Dallas is pulled off me, so that's leaving me open for air attack. I don't know why he would kite up north all by himself, but what I'm doing now is I'm trading space for time to try to shoot down these battleships. I'm staying angled to, all of these ships. There's a ton of ships up here that can shoot me right now, so just gonna kite. You know, just gonna do my thing. Enemy CV drops my stern, and I had just started turning, and I just drift into one of them. It doesn't cause a flood, so, you know, it doesn't really mean anything, so my damage control is intact. I'm just pop my heel and just ride it out. I should have waited the few seconds for spotter plane to be down so I could aim that more accurately. But all I'm really looking to do is just kite away right now. My team's got a huge presence on C. They should be able to do something there. And if I hold this position in here, the enemy can't really push through here without, you know, they can't if I wasn't here, if I kited back down or was dead, they would just be able to angle uh, into my team and just drive right into B cap. But with me here, they can't really do that because I'll have a broadside shot too on them, or if they angle to me, my team will have broadside shots on them. So it's kind of important for me to stay alive and just keep this flank open. Now here's where I wish I had spotter plane. Hey, you're all right. Yeah. Ooh. So me and this Caesar are just dueling a little bit. I'm kind of just waiting. I think this guy's gonna try to turn into B and give me broadside. There's the turn. He's starting to open it up and get a decent chunk on him right there. Honestly, that was a little too far back and a little high. There went my Dallas. And the little French DD's opening up on me. I'm just gonna ignore him for the minute because I've got this Caesar's, you know, kind of in an awkward situation. So I take a little bit more lead that time. Holy crap, that dispersion. But of course, you get shit dispersion, that means you get a Citadel. So, yeah, go figure. Now, the Caesar's kind of in trouble. He's now low HP, exposed to my team. That's just kind of how I wanted him, and this Iglay ran aground, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a poke at this guy. I'm looking to see what he's going to do, and was thinking that he might try to reverse. No, he just sits there, but I do pick up a pin on him. It's kind of a BS pin in my opinion because he's broadside to me. But, you know, a shot like that really hurts DDs. So now he's backing up off the island. And I think what happens, he drops off here, and I think he started going forward as soon as I shot, because I only pick up one overpen right here. But regardless, that one overpen, that makes him, you know, that much easier for my DDs to fight. Got the Queen Elizabeth coming in. They're looking fairly broadside. I'm going ahead and take the shot. A little bit further back than I'd like. This T-61's kind of playing with fire a little bit. But the Eyeglaze spotted, and I'm just looking, I'm just waiting for this guy to turn. And there we go. I think he's going to keep turning. So just give it to him. He tries to cut back, but it's too late. That's the shot profile you're looking for on destroyers. Just as soon as they start turning and you catch them where they're angled at like 45 degrees to you, you're able to get multiple shots on target, and you're likely to get AP pens. That's like the holy grail. And eventually, I guess that's going away. But you know, for now, that's how you do it. In the future, you know, even even overpen damage is pretty solid, consistent damage against destroyers. You just have to position yourself so you don't get caught out in torpedo rush. So kite away if you can and that kind of thing. Just kind of looking at torp drop. I know that New Mexico is going to turn in, so just biding my time. Can't really shoot right now with the mountain in the way. Think I should be aiming a little bit lower here. Now at this point, the enemy pretty much has to try to push into B cap or they're going to lose. So I'm just pushing right up in there. I've still got plenty of HP, and again, I'm just going to act like a bully. If you want to try to push into B cap, you're going to have to pick a fight with me. Just kind of chipping away on these guys. This Alba's, you know, who knows. I'm slow. I'm pushing. I'm not slowing down for somebody. So, that's just pretty much that. Now, I am giving a little bit of broadside to this Fuso here. And he's going to hit me, but I want to try to get this New Mexico down. Waiting to make sure I can clear the island. Pick up the kill on the New Mexico, and I'm just going to start angling at the Fuso. At this point, we know the game's in the bag, so... This obviously was a bit of a face roll, otherwise I'd be doing more damage. But one of the things to point out is, even though this isn't a high damage game, the role that I played really kind of tied up the enemy team at B cap and let us run up the points, and then just wrecking one of their destroyers. That was huge. They only had 2 destroyers this game, and we just erased theirs. So anytime you can do that, that's you get shots at destroyers. It's like preaching over and over again, but yeah, that's what you want to do, and that's just me not being patient, waiting for the angle. But destroyer damage is the best kind of damage, and only 68k, but top on the XP, and a large part of that is due to destroyer damage. Almost 13k to the egg lay. That's huge. Everything else is just, chip damage here and there, um, and just kind of using my position just to delay him. So again, this isn't the most exciting game, but I considered this, solid basics for explaining how to play in position for a battleship. So hope you guys, found the game illuminating at least. Again, like I said, it's not a monster damage game, but it's just a solid performance that helps the team get the win. So hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will talk to you later.